Welcome back to another edition of the GuerrerosAzteca podcast, a podcast where we talk about the Liga MX and everything going on around the Fútbol Mexicano. So, gentlemen, once again, I want to extend the invitation for you guys to go subscribe to the channel in the description down below, GuerrerosAzteca. Why should you subscribe to this channel? Well, as many of you guys may already know, this podcast you're listening to will be eventually exclusive to that channel. But not only that, we'll have a manager mode series with a Liga MX team on that channel, and all Liga MX content from myself will be exclusive to that channel. So the channel link is in the description down below. Go subscribe to GuerrerosAzteca. I really recommend it. So while we're on that topic, I'll explain to you guys why I haven't started uploading there. What's the holdup? Why are we taking so long to start uploading to that channel and starting the new manager mode series on that channel with a Liga MX team? Well, I'm trying to talk to my network and you know, get that channel partnered before I start uploading there, because I really need the scheduled uploader. And you know, you can only have a scheduled uploader if you're a partnered channel. So it's not because I want to start making a bunch of money and stuff like that. No, that channel doesn't even have 1,000 subs, so it's not going to generate much revenue. But I really need a scheduled uploader. Pretty much every video you watch from me is uploaded using the scheduled uploader tool, and you know that I really need that. So anyways, man, that's really what's the hold up. You know, with these bigger networks, Machinima in my case, communication isn't the best. And you know, you email them and they usually take a half a day, if not an entire day, to get back at you. And usually the situation isn't resolved within 1 or 2 emails, meaning that it takes days and weeks in my case. So I might just start uploading there without it being partnered. I might just try my best to start uploading there. The upload times might be a little weird because, again, I'm not using the scheduled uploader. Usually when I upload a video, I'm sitting in a classroom or something, or when one of my videos goes live, I'm sitting in a classroom or something. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll try my best and we'll see what happens. But I might start already uploading to that channel. So go subscribe, GuerrerosAzteca, link in the description. So anyways, let's get to the real topics of this podcast, and that is Guillermo Ochoa, Alan Pulido, Raul Jimenez, Marco Fabian. So the whole Alan Pulido and Raul Jimenez situations haven't changed much. They're stuck. Those situations are stuck, and then a new situation, you know, is in the horizon. Marco Fabian has an offer from a German team, a Bundesliga team, and that team is Stuttgart. So we'll see if he's going to go or not. There's talk that the offer is very good, but you got to remember, Chivas owns Marco Fabian. Marco Fabian, you know, belongs to Chivas. He's only on loan in Cruz Azul. Jorge Vergara, the owner of Chivas, has came out and said, yes, we own him. We'd like to negotiate with Stuttgart with him, but we don't. Right now, he belongs, just for now, he belongs to Cruz Azul, so they have the first option to negotiate. You know, if they don't want to negotiate, then we might do it. So anyways, I'll get to that shortly. But let's get to the first one, and I guess the main topic of this podcast, and that is Memo, Guillermo, Ochoa, San Memo Ochoa, like some of us called them during the World Cup, finally has a team. After weeks and weeks of uncertainty, you know, talk of he's going to Liverpool, he's going to Monaco, he's going to Arsenal, he's going to Atletico de Madrid, he's going to, you know, Marseille, he's going to here, he's going there. All that has been laid to rest, and it's almost pretty much confirmed that Guillermo Ochoa will be going to Malaga in La Liga BBVA in Spain. That's pretty much confirmed. That is Guillermo Ochoa's new team. So finally, the wait is over, and Guillermo Ochoa looks to be like he finally has a team. There's talk that the deal is for 3 years. Now, again, this isn't 100% confirmed, but from what I'm hearing, it's 99.8, 98.9, I don't know, percent, you know, something extraordinary and abnormal would have to happen, and everything to fall apart for this not to be real. There is also, they're saying that Guillermo Ochoa is going to be presented tomorrow. He will be wearing number 13 for Malaga, and the deal is for around 3 years, or for 3 years. I shouldn't say around, for 3 years. So hey, that's great news for Ochoa. He's finally going to a better league. You know, we could all agree that the Spanish league is better than the French league. He's going to a better club. I think we also could all agree that Malaga, while not being a super club, while not being a big club, it's bigger and better than Ajaccio. With all due respect to any Ajaccio fans that might be listening to this. So yeah, Malaga, like I said, it's not a super club. It's not a big team, but I think this will give Ochoa more exposure. Playing in La Liga will give Ochoa more exposure. Facing off against opponents like Real Madrid in the Santiago Bernabeu, like Barcelona in the Camp Nou, like Atletico de Madrid, etc., will give Ochoa more exposure. And in 3 years or so, when he finally has his European Community passport, which will allow him not to count as a foreign player in any roster, he can make the jump if a bigger team wants him. So this will give him more exposure, which is, I guess, the biggest thing for Ochoa. Aside from he finally has a job, he finally has a team to play for. The biggest thing I see in this situation is that he's getting more exposure in a better league, in a better team than Ajaccio, and he's gonna have better opponents. He's gonna face off against Ronaldo, against Bale, against Messi, Luis Suarez, against this, against that, James Rodriguez, Toni Kroos, whatever. So, that's what I'm taking from it. It's more exposure for him. And, I say make the jump. And I don't know how probable that is because Ochoa is 29. So by the time he has his European Community passport, he's going to be, 31, 32. So who knows if a big team will still want to sign him. But goalkeepers have more longer careers. That's what I meant to say. Goalkeepers have longer careers, and it's more probable for big teams to sign a goalkeeper that's 30 or 31 years old than a striker that's 30 or 31 years old. It happens, but it's more probable that it's a goalkeeper. So anyways, yeah, Memo Ochoa finally has a team, and that is Malaga. I see it as a good thing. Now, they're saying that it's not confirmed that he will be a starter for this team, but the competition in that team will allow him to be a starter. So we could all, if everything goes to plan and everything plays out the way it should, Ochoa should be a starter in Malaga. His competition is a goalkeeper, number 1 for Malaga. His name is Carlos Kameni. He's from Cameroon. He was the backup goalkeeper for Willy Caballero, who was the starting goalkeeper. Willy Caballero is leaving to Manchester City, leaving a goalkeeper spot open, and that's where Guillermo Ochoa is coming in, taking his spot, also taking his number 13. So his competition will be Carlos Kameni, a Cameroon goalkeeper, and if everything goes to plan, if Guillermo Ochoa keeps performing, he should, more than likely he will, be a starter in Malaga. So anyways, man, let's move on to another topic. Let me take a quick sip of water, though, because I'm really thirsty. Let's talk about, finally that I took a sip of water, let's talk about the Alan Pulido situation and the Raul Jimenez situation. Both of these are stuck. What do I mean by stuck? Well, the news hasn't changed much, kinda, in the couple of days. We're all hearing that, yes, Raul Jimenez is so close, he's a hair away from Porto, but it just doesn't happen. And the whole Alan Pulido situation, same thing. Tigres argues he has a contract with them. Pulido and his agents argue he doesn't. So it's a tug of war, it's a push and pull thing kind of situation. That Tigres says he has a contract, which would impede him from signing with Olympiacos. And Pulido and Olympiacos are both arguing that he doesn't have a contract, so he's free to sign with them if he wants to. So it's like, who is in the right? And it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a legal battle because Pulido has already hired an attorney. He's hired a lawyer, and he's going to fight it off and fight Tigres, I guess, in court. I don't know how it happened. With FIFA, pretty much. Not in court. With FIFA. He's going to fight, he's going to take his case to FIFA and say, look, I don't have a contract. They're arguing I have a contract. I don't remember signing this, or I have proof that I didn't sign this, or whatever. And I'm free to sign with Olympiacos if I want to. So it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. Now, I had already recorded a podcast talking about this whole situation, but I had to trash that podcast. I had to delete it because I had bad information. I had incorrect information, and I'm not good with uploading incorrect information, because what happened is I recorded a podcast at night. I was going to upload it the following day in the afternoon or in the evening, and a lot happened, when I recorded it like at midnight, and then I was going to upload it like at 6 p.m. So a lot happened. That's what, 12 or whatever, how many hours that is. a lot happened during that time span, and by the time I was going to upload it, the information was incorrect and irrelevant, so I decided not to upload it. That's why I hadn't had a podcast up in a couple of days. I've been really, really busy, by the way, as well. I have a stupid group project with my marketing class, and anyways, you guys don't care about that. So, Pulido, it was argued, and it was said that he was in Greece already. He was in Greece finalizing his details and signing with Olympiacos. Now I'm hearing that was incorrect, that he never left to Greece, and he did leave Monterrey, he did leave Tigres, but he left to Mexico City, and he's training in Mexico City by himself, with a personal trainer or something. He's training there in Mexico City, trying to get his case resolved. So, at first in the podcast, I had said that he was flying to Greece with his agent, which was incorrect. Now I'm hearing that he never left to Greece and that he's in Mexico City. So that's the thing, man. He's just in Mexico City. He's not reporting with Tigres. Tigres, as a punishment for not reporting, send him down to the second or third, the affiliate of the second division team. So pretty much the third division team, Tigres sent him down to train with them, and Pulido didn't report with them either. So he's just completely, ignoring whatever Tigres has to say, and I just can't see how, if this ever gets resolved, and let's say FIFA concludes and says that Tigres is in the right and Pulido isn't allowed to sign with anyone, then I just can't see him returning to Tigres, dude. Like, I don't see how, I think the relationship is broken. I can't see how Tuca would forgive Alan Pulido and for what he would feel like is a backstab, is turning his back on the team and just leaving. He pretty much just left. He just left the team. That's it. They told him report for training. He didn't report for training. They said, okay, you didn't report for training. You're down. You're being sent down to the affiliate of the second division team. He didn't do that either, and he flew to Mexico City and is just waiting there to see what happens with the lawyer, with his agents, whatever. So that's the whole situation with Pulido so far. Again, hopefully when I upload this, things haven't changed drastically, and this news isn't irrelevant. So far, that's all I know for the Alan Pulido situation. Now let's go to the Raul Jimenez situation. Again, in the podcast that I had previously recorded that I had to throw away, I had said, because I had heard that Jimenez's agent was in Portugal on Monday finalizing the details, and it was a matter of hours or a couple of days, and the Raul Jimenez deal with Porto was going to be officially announced, and he would be a new player for Porto. That hasn't happened. So that's why, another reason why I had to throw away that podcast, because it was incorrect. And now I'm hearing that America and Porto haven't talked in 10 days. So it's been a while since America and Porto have had communication, and pretty much the deal is stuck. The whole negotiations are stuck. No one is talking. And this is bad news, obviously, for Raul Jimenez, who wants to leave now. But America insists in keeping him 6 more months. Porto, I'm hearing that they wanted him now. But also, another thing that complicates the Raul Jimenez move to Porto is that Jackson Martinez came out and said that he's happy in Porto. He's looking forward to staying in Porto, and that he hasn't had any offers from any other teams. So, obviously, Raul Jimenez was probably counting, and America were probably counting on Jackson Martinez leaving, on getting offers, and him, being exported or being sold to another and better team. But that hasn't happened, and Jackson has came out and said that he's happy in Porto and he doesn't have any offers. So, it was rumored that who was going to offer for Monaco was going to offer for him and stuff like that. That hasn't happened, at least not that I know of. So Jackson Martinez is still in Porto, and that obviously takes away from Raul Jimenez's possibilities of being transferred to Porto, because that's his spot. Raul Jimenez was going to Porto for a striker position. Jackson Martinez is a striker, and it just complicates things. We'll see what happens. The thing about it is that I just see America very stubborn and just insisting on keeping him 6 more months when the player clearly wants to leave. He came out and said in press conference, I want to leave, but if I don't leave, then I'm okay and I'm happy in America because it's the biggest club in Mexico. He came out and said that. So obviously he's not gonna be like Pulido and completely ruin his chances of if his transfer doesn't happen, he at least has America. Pulido, if his transfer doesn't happen to Olympiacos, I don't know how his situation is going to be with Tigres. So Jimenez is being a little bit political and he's being smart about it. He's saying, if it doesn't happen, then it's okay. I'm still at America and I'm happy here. It's the biggest club in Mexico. So he's not going to ruin his relationship with America, sort of like how Pulido ruined it with Tigres. Now, there is different, situations with that. Pulido claims he doesn't have a contract and this and that. So it is a little bit different, but still, Jimenez is not ruining his relationship. Pulido ruined his relationship with Tigres. So anyways, man, that's the whole Raul Jimenez thing, man. Days and days go by and, same old. Oh, negotiations, it's going to happen, or negotiations are stuck. They haven't talked. Nothing new. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Days and days go on, and it leads me to believe that Raul Jimenez is just not going to leave to Porto. Now, that's not the only offer he's had, and I'm pretty sure they said he had an offer from another European club. It was argued that it was Wolfsburg, or it was rumored that it was Wolfsburg from the Bundesliga. Ricardo Peláez came out and said it's not Wolfsburg. So who knows, man? I also heard a rumor that he was being watched by Borussia Dortmund. That Dortmund was preparing an offer for Raul Jimenez. That would be great as well. That would be amazing. Lewandowski left Dortmund. He went to Bayern, so that would leave a spot open for Raul Jimenez to fight for the starting position at Borussia. But I don't think that. I think that was just a rumor. So anyways, if it's not Porto, then Raul Jimenez might still have another offer. Or if it is Porto, there's still a lot of time. There's still a lot of time left. August 31st is when the transfer window closes. So there's still time, man. There's still a lot of time. But days go by and the same old that Raul Jimenez is, there is interest, but he's not leaving yet and this and that. It leads me to believe that he's just going to stay in America for at least 6 more months. But I don't know. Anything could happen. Like I said, there's a lot of time left. There's a month left. August 31st is the last day for any transfers to go on. So we'll see what happens. That's pretty much all I have for you. So on to the Marco Fabian now. Marco Fabian has a good offer from Stuttgart, the Bundesliga team. It's confirmed. Jorge Vergara came out and said, Jorge Vergara, the owner of Chivas, who owns Marco Fabian, but Marco Fabian is on loan with Cruz Azul. We all know that situation. Jorge Vergara has come out and confirmed that they have an offer for Marco Fabian from Stuttgart, from the Bundesliga. So it's a good offer too, from what I'm hearing. It's a good offer, and that Marco Fabian really wants to leave. Now, already, Luis Fernando Tena, the manager or the head coach for Cruz Azul, came out and said that he sees Marco Fabian distracted. Sort of like how Turco Mohamed came out and said that he saw Raul Jimenez distracted because of the whole offer, the whole transfer situation with Porto. He saw him distracted. He saw his head somewhere else. Maybe Raul Jimenez was already thinking in Porto. Well, Tena is saying that now Marco Fabian is also distracted with the transfer deal, and that maybe his head is already in Stuttgart, maybe he's already wanting to leave and stuff like that. And it is Marco Fabian he wants to leave. He wants the negotiations to progress and for them to be finalized and for him to move to the Bundesliga. But I heard in an interview, I think it was the director there at Cruz Azul, I can't remember his name, but he came out and said that they want to keep Marco Fabian. So same thing, man. I'm telling you, the Liga MX teams always want to retain their young Mexican players. They never think about exporting. They always think about keeping them. So like how America insists in keeping Raul Jimenez 6 more months. Over here, Cruz Azul came out and said that they want their main priority and they would prefer to keep Marco Fabian. So, I came on and said, oh my God, here they are. They're going to cut his wings. That's what I thought immediately and initially, but we'll just see what happens. Marco Fabian is going to insist in leaving and for them to negotiating with Stuttgart. But Cruz Azul just wants to keep him. So we'll see what happens. Now, Jorge Vergara, once again, Chivas owner, has came on and said that they can negotiate with Stuttgart because they own Marco Fabian. But right now, since Marco Fabian is a player for Cruz Azul, since he's there on loan, they're going to give Cruz Azul priority for the negotiations. So Cruz Azul is the one that has priority right now with the negotiations for Marco Fabian. And if Cruz Azul doesn't want to sell Marco Fabian, if Cruz Azul just rejects all offers for Marco Fabian, I hear that because Chivas owns Marco Fabian, what they can do is they'll have to pay a penalty to Cruz Azul for breaking their loan deal, but they can bring back Marco Fabian to Chivas right now and start negotiating with Stuttgart to sell him. So if Cruz Azul doesn't want to sell him, Chivas can break their loan deal with Cruz Azul, pay a penalty to Cruz Azul for breaking the deal, and sell Marco Fabian to Stuttgart. So we'll see what happens. Negotiations, I guess, are gonna are already happening, and we'll hear if he's leaving or not in the coming days. But that's what's going on. Cruz Azul probably doesn't want to let him go because they want him for the Club World Cup in December, and they want him for this season. But Chivas looks to be like they're very, very open for negotiations. So we'll see. If Cruz Azul says we don't want to negotiate him, Chivas might bring back Marco Fabian to Chivas, pay the penalty to Cruz Azul, and negotiate him with Stuttgart directly. So we'll just see what happens. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. The whole Memo Ochoa finally has a club with Malaga. We'll see what happens. It's pretty much confirmed. We'll see if he's a starter or not. He's going to be a starter. Let's just say that. Raul Jimenez and Alan Pulido situations haven't changed much, and they're still stuck. Neither has been confirmed for Olympiacos or Porto. I also heard John Sutcliffe from ESPN reported that Porto, since America insisted in keeping Raul Jimenez, America also upped the price in Raul Jimenez. Porto turned their heads towards another Mexican player, another young Mexican player, and that was Alan Pulido. So that got really interesting. So we'll just see what happens, man. The situation just is the same. America insists in keeping him. Pulido and Tigres are fighting it off. Situations haven't changed much. Marco Fabian has an offer from Stuttgart in the Bundesliga. Cruz Azul says they would love to keep him, and their priority is going to be to keep him. But like I said, I've heard that Chivas can break the loan deal, bring Marco Fabian back to Chivas, and negotiate directly with Stuttgart. So we'll see what happens with these negotiations in the coming days. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. We're 23 minutes in. Pretty much my throat is hurting really, really bad. I really need to drink water. So I'll cut it off right here. That's all I have for you guys either way. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Likes are extremely appreciated. I really appreciate you guys always listening to these and asking for these on Twitter, in the comments and stuff like that. It really motivates me to keep these going, and it lets me know that people actually listen. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Likes appreciated once again, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, bros, and as always, que viva el fútbol. Subscribe to the Guerreros Azteca.